That's right, PhD, we're ready to jump back into some roller derby action. All attention back on the track.
That's right, I am PhD Instruction, and I've got Magic Twanger here to join me for the second half of this bout. Right back into the action. Looks like number 60, number 6, is your lead jammer from Queen City.
And Jersey Jill made it her way through the pack. She's ready to try to catch up.
I have to say, this has been some really fast-moving action tonight.
Yeah, you're right, PhD. I've been impressed by these skaters staying on their feet and keeping the pack moving.
That was a bit of a subtle call-off there for the jam. I want to welcome all our fans here to the DC ARMORY.
Lenore Gore is still warming up, it looks like.
That's right, it looks like Lenore Gore is poodling there. You know what poodling means?
Please tell me what it means.
Poodling is when a skater knows she's going to have to go to the penalty box, so she wants to just get right in there from the beginning of the jam, do her time so she can get out on the track and get back into it as quickly as possible. So Lenore Gore had a few minor penalties, picked up an extra one for being behind the line there, went straight to the penalty box. You can see the clock is just winding down as the All-Stars take their time, making it past the pivot line. But finally, our jammers are off.
It's a good strategy trying to waste some time when you got a big lead like that.
Looks like we've got BJ Armstrong for Queen City is our lead jammer, but Barbara Bowie is not far behind.
Wonder if BJ hails from Chicago area. If anybody knows that reference.
BJ screaming past the back, calling off the jam after picking up 4 points for the Queen City leg effect. This next jam is going to be brought to you by My Moody Booty. Head to mymoodybooty.com for some creative footwear designed by Tatiana Colina. www.mymoodybooty.com.
Tatiana's got some great stuff over there. Very much worth checking it out. Much like the action on the track, much worth checking out as well as Marion Barracuda squares off against Bikini Wax for Queen City. You'll see that Marion has lead jammer status.
I think our DJ's trying to pump up Queen City with a little Queen playing here in the background.
That doesn't get it excited. I'm not sure what will. Mary decides to call off the jam. She got tripped up and realized she was at a disadvantage.
See Jersey Jill conferring with her team. Now remember, fans, what's happening here when all the skaters are down on their knees, lined up here on the line, that immediately releases the jammers as soon as the first whistle's blown. It also creates a big wall that makes it hard for those jammers to go anywhere.
It's a great defensive strategy when you have the lead to really slow up the jammer on the first go-round and make it hard for her to put any points on the board, even if she does claim lead jammer status.
Bikini Wax, unrelentless there, made her way through to gain lead jammer status. She's got her eye behind her. She sees Jersey Jill coming. She's yelling at her team.
Trying to talk to the pivot, trying to get the defense set. Pivot, as you remember, is the leader of the pack for her team. She's the one that calls the shots. Very much a strategic stalemate. They decide to call off the jam. Get a fresh set of skaters on there and give it another try.
Lenore Gore, this is the jammer for the DC All-Stars. She doesn't have too many penalties here, so this should be a good jam for her. She's lined up against BJ Armstrong. Lenore always anxious to get right off that line, bouncing.
DJ calling out some directions to her defenders out there.
So Patrick, I often get this question from fans, and it amazes me, but they ask me, can both jammers score when they're out there? And the answer is absolutely yes. Both jammers can score as long as they're out there. The only thing that lead jammer status does for you is give you the ability to call off the jam, to stop the action. But as long as there's a jammer out there, she can score if she's passing members of the opposite team.
Most definitely, that's what makes it exciting. And Lenore Gore putting some exciting moves out there on the track. Able to slip past the blockers and claim lead jammer status, put some points on the board, and then call off the jam as she was pushed off the track.
That's right. So that was some clear strategy by Lenore Gore. As soon as she made it to the front of the pack, she called it off. She grabbed her points and then tried to do whatever she could to stop Queen City from picking up some points of their own.
Affectionately known as hit it and quit it in some circles. Get some points and call off the jam.
Right. Quick score check here. We've got DC All-Stars with 103-2, Queen City's Lake Effect 42.
And on the track we see Barbara Bowie getting a whip from her teammate there, claiming lead jammer status.
Queen City's pivot was trying to chase her down. There was no chance, though. Looks like Frankadol is headed to the Riot Act penalty box.
Meanwhile, Abercrombie and Fist still trying to make her way through the pack. Some stout defense by the DC All-Stars right now, giving Abercrombie some fits.
Big hit from Hoover Dam, taking number 99. Abercrombie and Fist out of action for a mere few seconds.
Yeah, Abercrombie very quick back up on her skates. She's determined to get in front of those blockers and put some points up for her team. Jackie Mayday trying to make sure there's still a pack so that she can engage with Abercrombie. There was not. She had to back off. Now she's trying to reset.
Looks like the DC All-Stars just picked up 4 points that jam.
PhDD, that's one of the things I enjoyed that Barbara Bowie did that last jam. She was able to, she had enough space and time to look back, see the other skater coming and call off the jam before she could put any points on the board. Very aware, playing tight defense that way. Now you'll see Queen City attempting the same strategy with all their blockers on their knees, trying to create a wall, but Jersey Jill's not seen the wall that she doesn't like bursting through, so she is your lead jammer.
Yeah, but I'm checking out Pepper 6 there. She is right on Jersey's side. Jersey Jill knew she wasn't going to get to the pack any quicker than Pepper 6. That was some excellent strategy, a little jammer-on-jammer action on the part of the Lake Effect there.
Very good strategy as well. Indeed, Pepper 6 is right on her tail. Jersey Jill knew that if she scored, Pepper would probably score too, and the same number of points. Decided she would call off the jam.
So this next jam is brought to you by Red Frog Events. Hosts fun, exciting races, including the Warrior Dash, the Great Urban Race, and Beach Palooza. Check it out at www.redfrogevents.com.
Action back on the track now. Lenore Gore squaring off against BJ Armstrong. Lenore with some nifty moves, towing the line, and she is your lead jammer.
Lenore Gore, known for that long, slicing stroke that she uses to pick up speed on the track.
Also manages to change directions really quickly as she pushes her skater into the block that was right in front of her, frees her up so that she can put 5 points on the board and call off the jam.
A little less than 10 minutes into the second half here. DC All-Stars leading 111-42. Looks like number 60, Pepper 6, jamming again for Queen City.
The Lake Effect Furies once again taking a knee to start off the jam, meaning that the jammer is getting engaged immediately. But Marion Barracuda able to slip through that wall pretty quickly.
That's right. Kuda is our lead jammer for the DC All-Stars this jam. I see a multiplayer block called.
That's right, Peppersticks takes a big spill. She's up on her skates, thankfully, and back into the action, but she's been severely slowed down by that block.
Marion Barracuda bobbing and weaving. The refs encouraging the pack to tighten up a little.
Pepper looking for some jammer-on-jammer action. Realized that she couldn't catch up with Marion from behind, decided she'd wait for her to come up. Back around on the other side and try to engage with her then.
Marion Barracuda stuck against a wall of Lake Effect skaters. She calls off the jam.
That's right, taking a look to see where Pepper was as she was coming around the corner. See if she might as well call it off.
Another question I get from fans sometimes is, why does the pack of blockers stay in a pack? And it's because they have all those skaters within the pack that's blocking the pivots. They have to be within 20 feet of one another in order to engage the jammers and to do that blocking action. Otherwise, they're going to incur a penalty. That's why you don't see skaters spread out over the entire track.
That's right, you can't go rogue like that. You got to stick with your pack. Speaking of, Barbara Bowie slipping through the pack pretty unscathed, grabbing lead jammer status as the pack tries to reform, try to engage. Barbara slipping through again. Slick moves from Barbara Bowie.
Abercrombie and Fisk looking a little frustrated. She didn't even get a chance to get up to that pack. BJ Armstrong squaring up against Lenore Gore again.
Lenore showing off her aerial attack. I think she might have had caffeinated coffee this morning instead of decaf. A little extra energy this bout.
Skaters sliding left and right. Looks like Lois Slane is headed to the Riot Act penalty box. And BJ Armstrong is your lead jammer.
That's because Tuesday Hula gave her a great block that knocked Lenore Moore off the track. Lenore had to start over.
Looks like Blake Fury is able to pick up 3 points at jam.
That's how you get back into the bout. One jam at a time, put 2 points on the board.
That's exactly right.
Hold your opponent scoreless. So this jam brought to you by Capital Hemp. Located in Adams Morgan and Chinatown, Capital Hemp offers high-quality industrial hemp products, including clothes, accessories, skin products, and more. Visit them at capitalhemp.com. Someone that doesn't need any help from Capital Hemp right now is Jersey Jill. She's your lead jammer, moving through the pack pretty unscathed. Jersey Jill once again making her way through the pack, trying to grab some more points and put them up on the board for her team. All-Stars skating strong right now.
Lake Fury's jammer waiting for the pack to slow down, sneaking right through. Leaving Jersey Jill stuck in the pack. Jill calls off the jam, but not until after she picked up 10 points. Very strong jam there.
PhD, I was just informed that there are 2 cars that are parked in front of the entrance to the DC ARMORY. That's a no-no, that's not a parking spot. If those cars aren't moved within the next 10 minutes, they're going to be towed. So if you have your car parked there, you might want to move it. And back on the track, the action. Deadly Lamar squaring off against BJ Armstrong. BJ's been doing a lot of skating this bout, showing you some speed. Jammer on jammer action takes out Deadly Lamar.
Deadly calling off a jam after sliding into the crowd.
BJ trying to take out some of that frustration on Deadly Lamar. Screams from the bench coach from the All-Star team, call off the jam. Don't let BJ score any points.
Looks like Kenny Wax is up for Lake City Furious.
More revving her engine, she's ready to go. Kenny Wax a little more solemn, getting her engine ready as well.
Some interesting action there in the pack. Soledad taking her time crossing that pivot line. The pack gets too spread out, then these blockers are not going to be able to do any blocking, so we had to pack up quickly, but Lenore Gore quickly works away from the pack. Kenny Wax doing a tango with Chinese Checker and Velociraptor.
Yeah, that definitely spread the pack out enough that helped Lenore Gore. She's so quick and able to stay on her feet that she was able to slice through that pack as it was spread open, giving her lead jammer status and now giving her a chance to put 5 points on the board.
Kenny Wax catching it on all sides, including from Lenore Gore, the All-Stars jammer, slamming her into a couple of the blockers. Kenny Wax being pushed outside the track.
And she is down.
Kenny Wax down outside the track.
All skaters take a knee.
Kenny Wax indicating that she's doing okay. Just needed a moment. Thanks again to our EMT staff, always here making sure that safety first. All these skaters out here skating hard and fast, putting it all on the line, but nevertheless, keeping it safe.
That's right, Edo Alive and his team of volunteer EMTs, always keeping us safe. And now that everybody's safe, we can get back to the action on the track. Barbara Bowie squaring off against Pepper Sticks.
Barbara Bowie catching a little heat from her own team, it looks like.
Jackie Mayday had to let Pepper Sticks go. The pack had spread a little bit too far. Could not engage, and so Pepper Sticks is your lead jammer.
That's right.
It's got to be very hard for Queen City to have lead jammer status. They haven't had that in a little while. I'm sure they're happy to have that and want to take advantage of that and put some points on the board this jam.
Looks like the leg effect has already been able to pick up 4 points this jam.
Meanwhile, Barbara Bowie looking for a little bit of help. Doesn't need it as she turns on the afterburners and gets past the blockers.
That's right, we've got a little more than 11 minutes left in the half here. Pepper Sticks calling off the jam after picking up 7 points. A big jam here for the Queen City Lego Black Furies. This next jam is brought to you by the Karen Mary Company, offering gift packages and special flavors for the holidays. They're right over there at our bake sale table. Head over, pick up some fantastic marshmallows and other delectable treats.
And folks, if you're able to enjoy some subtly delicious beverages on your halftime break, please remember that this is only the first of 2 bouts tonight. There's another bout of exciting interleague action, so make sure you stick around. Once this bout is over, there's plenty more roller derby action for you to have.
That's right. Very exciting. Got 3 skaters sliding on over here to the announcer booth. Ladies coming to say hello.
Getting up close and personal with us here. We like it when they stop by and say hello, but not when they crash into us. That's a little too friendly for our liking.
I tell you, Magic, these skaters, this is one of the slipperiest tracks in the region. You know, we are seeing these skaters, you know, they're really having to limit their speed as they come around these curves. And all it takes is a little tap and they can go flying off the edge here.
That's right, and remember safety first. If you're sitting in some of those suicide seats, quote unquote, behind the yellow line, make sure you go and help the skaters out. They're trained to fall, they know what to do, just let them get up on their own.
That's right. Looks like number 134, Jay Armstrong, is your lead jammer. Lois Slane coming in from the right at penalty box as Keeny Wax makes her way back onto the track after a heck of a hit. Pardon me, that was DJ Armstrong. She calls off the jam.
All right, as our skaters line up.
I have to say, you know, I give the Lake Effect Furies a lot of credit here. They have really started to pull it out. They're picking up some points here at almost every jam. Working their way up the scoreboard, 57 points now.
That's right, PhD. These skaters always skate hard, no matter what the score. Even if there's only a slim chance of victory, they're going to skate hard. Every jam's a new jam as far as they're concerned. Every jam's a chance for them to win.
That's right.
Giving their all. And as we take some time here for the referees to get on the same page, this jam brought to you by Bikram Yoga Capitol Hill. Bikram Yoga Capitol Hill on 8th Street Northeast offers classes for beginners and experienced yogis alike.
I'd also like to encourage folks to stop by our silent auction. You can bid on a dangerously delicious pie or a sourpuss gift basket and more. The proceeds help our All-Stars travel expenses. Remember, bid early, bid often. These All-Stars put in a lot of time and effort between practices, traveling, and just getting out here during the actual bouts to show us a fantastic time that we're having tonight. See our officials still conferring there. Again, we want to remind you that this is just the first of 2 bouts this evening. We've got Scare Force 1 lined up against the Cherry Blossom Bombshells following this. But we also have a fantastic halftime act that'll be out here.
That's something to look forward to. Definitely some exciting activities that go on during halftime.
I believe we have a dance crew.
Nice. We'll have me go out there and show a little bit of what I got.
I think you should totally do that, Magic. I would love to see your moves.
Should have seen me at Show Enough's birthday party.
Oh yeah?
That was epic.
That sounds epic. Looks like there may be some confusion still among the referees. Looks like they're trying to make a point correction on the board. Looks like Lake City's Up to 62 points now to DC's 154.
Definitely climbing back in, as you mentioned, PhD, and our all-volunteer referee crew working really hard, referee and official crew working really hard for you, making sure we keep everything straight, keeping all the action safe and accurate.
Lenore Gore just slid right through that pack hard because Lake City has had a number of skaters in the riot act penalty box.
That's right, but she also knew that the Kitty Wax was a deadly skater, didn't want to let her get established and get some points up on the board, so she called off the jam.
I'd like to give a quick shout out, happy birthday to Tabitha Sweet Tea Moses. This is her first roller derby bout. Happy birthday, Tabitha.
There she is, Tabitha. Wave your hand over there.
There she is, right here next to the scoreboard. She's excited.
Probably went out and partied and showed up sometime this weekend.
Looks like number 134, BJ Armstrong, is your lead jammer. Barbara Bowie doing what she can, turning up the heat. See the jam being called off, but not before both teams pick up 2 and 3 points respectively for Queen City and DC. Queen City doing their best to hold off the DC All-Stars. It's hard going to another team's home turf, taking them on. And let's not forget that Queen City was skating just this morning against Charm City in Baltimore. So these skaters have really been working hard this weekend.
That's right, PhD. Can you imagine getting back out on your skates, getting loosened up again, getting warmed up, and fighting a really competitive team? It takes a lot out of you. They're definitely fighting tooth and nail. Giving the All-Stars definitely a run for their money, especially during the later half of this period. Gore slipping through the pack, picking up some points, then calling it off before Kitty Wax put points up on the board as well.
I want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful photographer, James Calder, otherwise known as Shutterthug. Thanks for capturing all the action. Let's not forget our wonderful DJs, DJ Melly Mel and Classic Ice over here as well. We got the Jenna Warrior up here against Barbara Bowie. Barbara Bowie going down on the inside of the track. Jenna sprinting forward on the inside of the track. She picks up lead jammer status for Queen City. Barbara Bowie doing a little half skip. Cut through a couple of skaters in the pack. Right, dirty.
PhD, let's not forget one of our sponsors, Iraq Vets Against the War, proud sponsors of the DC Rollergirls. Show some love for Iraq Vets Against the War.
BJ Armstrong squaring off against Lenore Gore once again. See a lot of side-to-side action here in the pack. Lenore Gore anxious to get off the front line there, but this pack can't seem to decide what they want to do. Pamela Gore is your lead jammer. PJ right behind her. It looks like number 644 of file 11 heading to the right out penalty box. And this next jam is brought to you by our charity spotlight. District of Columbia Public Library Foundation. We're hosting a donations drive for both March and April. And we'll be holding a book drive at our April 14th bout in partnership with author and fellow skater Pamela Ribbon, aka Mary Kuhala of the LA Derby Dolls, as part of her Dewey donation system. So head on over there, make a donation, and support the District of Columbia Public Library Foundation. Well, I don't need to read a book to see that Marion Barracuda is our lead jammer right now.
That's right, speeding her way through the pack, able to slice through on the inside.
Keening Wax, bobbing and weaving, trying to make her way through the pack. Looks like a number of skaters going down. She's among them, as is the pivot for Green City.
Marion able to squeeze her way past Red Fox, putting on the afterburners, and she put 5 more points on the board for her team. Meanwhile, Johnny Checker is still working on Bikini Wax, forcing her off the track.
We have just a few minutes left here.
Screens from the bench, they want to set up some offense, I think, here and get some new skaters on the track.
So I'd like to remind our fans that this is just the first of 2 bouts this evening. Please stick around. We've got a fantastic dance crew halftime act coming up in between bouts. And for the second bout, you'll see DC's own Scare Force 1 squaring off against another DC team, the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Scare Force 1 undefeated this season. Cherry Blossom Bombshells only defeated by Scare Force 1 once. So we're anxious to see what the outcome is. So please stick around for more hard-hitting derby action.
That's right, that's going to be a hotly contested bout as there's a timeout on the track.
Right.
Called by the DC All-Stars. They want to get a chance to set up their offense, make sure they get some practice in, I guess.
I want to give a big shout out to a few of our sponsors here. Raptor Pack, Bateman Glasser, and the Roll Skate Shop. Located in Olney, Maryland, Roll Skate Shop offers skateboarding gear and lessons. I'd also like to give a big shout out to all of our announcers here. We've got a fantastic crew tonight. Sasha Picton visiting us from the River City Rollergirls. I'm PhD Destruction. To my left here, I've got Magic Twanger. And coming up, the second bout, Dr. Shona, who had his birthday yesterday, and I know he's really excited to see what comes of the Cherry Blossom Bombshell Scare Force 1 square off.
Most definitely, and don't forget Gunner Down, who was here earlier.
BJ Armstrong making her way up. There are a ton of skaters over there in the Riot Act penalty box, and that is no joke.
That is no joke at all. There's no defense out there, hardly any. It's really hard to keep BJ under wraps when you only got 2 skaters on the track. She's making that. She's cleaning up actually up there, putting points after points on the board for her team.
Now you all may notice that the Queen City Rollergirls have just picked up 5 points, and that's because when you pass the entire pack, you get, as soon as you pass the first skater from the opposite team, you get the points for all that team's skaters that are in the penalty box. So this was a real boon for the Queen City. They were able to pick up a lot of points as soon as they passed just 1 skater from the DC All-Stars this jam with all those skaters in the penalty box. Looks like Soledad is headed there right now.
That's right, PhD. That's why it's such a no-no to get yourself in the penalty box, because you put yourself at a disadvantage. Looking up at the scoreboard there, we have an official final, folks. DC All-Stars, 175 points. Queen City, Lake Event Fury, 77.
Now this is big news for your DC All-Stars tonight. Of the sanctioned home bouts the DC All-Stars have had, the biggest win they've ever had was a 42-point win. Looks like they may have actually picked up 98 points on Queen City here. That's a huge win. We got to thank Queen City for coming out here, though. Anybody who wants to come down, show some love to the skaters, give them a high five, let them know that you really enjoy the action out on the track. Come on down to the floor, say hello, give them some encouragement, and thank them for the terrific job that they did out here this evening.
That's right, PHTV, we're always about great sportsmanship. Come on down and show them some love for all their effort, all the hard work, sweat, tears that they left out on the track for you. Giving it everything they had tonight.
Congratulations to both teams.
Great work, great work. There you go, there you go.
Nice skating out there, ladies. Thank you, Queen City. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, especially after skating against Charm City this morning. These girls are iron tough coming out here. 2 bouts, 1 day. Thank you, Queen City. We love having you.